Hey y'all, happy Wednesday. I am so excited to share with y'all all the fun stuff I have going on. Funny story. I kept thinking yesterday was Wednesday and I was dyeing yarn yesterday. And so I kept thinking, oh man, I've got to like hurry up so I can podcast today. And then I realized like every time I checked my phone, it said it was Tuesday. And I'm like, I'm losing my mind. So I was so excited about podcasting that I was trying to do it a day earlier. Um, so I have a lot to share with y'all, and I'm going to just jump in. So I'm gonna start out with my whips, y'all. It's bad. I finally just I'm trying to get a little organized. So I decided to put some of them in this little basket. So I'm going to start out with just the first one here. I am actually almost finished with this sock. And this yarn is from Lofty Loops. I have the tag somewhere and I'm going to find it so I can tell you the colorway. It's something succulent. I don't know. I just love the soft colors and I very rarely dye like soft colors. I'm all about bright and bold and all the things. But I saw this and I'm like, that is gorgeous. I have to have it because I love gray. Gray is actually one of my favorite colors. And y'all already know I love pink and purple. And these like soft colors together, they are just so pretty. And I'm a little bit obsessed. So I'm almost finished with this sock. Literally, all I have to do is Kitchener stitch the top. But every time I sit down um, to crochet or knit, I'm just tired. So I don't trust myself yet. Um, I have a couple of socks that I was doing the Kitchener stitch on to close them, and I really wasn't paying attention and I didn't pull it tight enough, so they're kind of loosey goosey, but they're for me, so it's okay. But I have learned my lesson, like to pay attention when I'm doing it. It's just one of those things that hasn't become second nature for me yet. So that is one of my whips, and I know that y'all are so surprised that I have a sock whip. What else? Ooh, I have a crochet one. Um, I'm working on a country bumpkin pumpkin. I love these. They're so fun. I really wanted to make a big pumpkin, and I actually frogged the big one. Sorry. And I actually frogged the big one that I was working on because we had a pizza and movie night with our little cousin on Saturday. And my husband loves to watch movies in like complete darkness. And so I can't sit still unless my hands are busy. So I'm just crocheting along and I'm like, wow, this is awesome. Like I can crochet in the dark. I'm like feeling around for my stitches. And the next day I look at it. Now, I'm really impressed with being able to crochet in the dark. But my tension was all over the place and like my puff stitches, some of them like crossed and I think it would have been a fine pumpkin, but I just couldn't. My OCD would not allow. And I'm like, I just no. So I frogged it and then I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna do a mini one because I really love the minis. Because they're just so quick and they're so adorable. So once I get my yarn club and my summer tie-dye collections out, I think I will make some bigger ones, but right now, um, I just need really, really small, simple projects. So I'm working on another country pumpkin, and I really love this colorway for pumpkins. So that's another whip that I have going on. And y'all, I found this Furls Crochet Streamline hook in my stash of hooks. And y'all know I'm an Odyssey girl, but with the thickness and the texture of this yarn, I just was not loving it anymore with my Odyssey hooks because I've gotten really spoiled with hand dyed yarn. And so I saw this just sitting there the other day and I'm like, I'm going to try it. And I really, really, really like it, which is very surprising for me because I've tried wooden hooks and I have rarely been a fan of them, but I gave this one a second try and I'm really liking it. So thought I'd share that with you. Okay, so that's my other whip, and I'm still working on my vertical. And y'all, I just love this yarn bowl because I can put my yarn in there, my hook, and I can just stick my project on top. And I can usually set it like on the arm of my recliner, and it just sits there and it hangs out everything in one place. And I love it. Okay, sorry. Distracted by pretty things. This is the vertical. I haven't gotten much further. We are finishing up week 2 today, which I'm actually ahead of. Week 2 was just to round 20, and I want to go out on a limb and say I'm like on round 26 or something like that. Um, Anyways, I'm loving it. I'm really glad that I did go ahead and start working after that color so y'all can kind of see that purple just matches so well with this. It just really, I feel like it really just makes that pop. So I'm obsessed and I can't wait to finish it. So, um, week 3 starts today. And if you have been watching the lives with Danielle and I, we will be going live today at 1 p.m. Central Time, which I believe is 12 p.m. Danielle's time, which is Mountain Time. Time zones, I don't think it'll never click for me. But we'll be going live, like we usually do inside her, A Naughty Habit community. We'll also be live on YouTube and on my Facebook page. So we'll be in those 3 spots if you want to watch us. So you can watch us in either of those 3 spots. But the first time that we did it, it was just kind of a thing we didn't plan. I was just like, hey, I'm all about live, as you can tell. I was just like, hey, we should go live and talk about it. And she's like, that's a good idea. And we had so many people that loved it. We're like, we'll do that again week 2. And then we had so many people like, we would love to catch you live. So now we're trying to be organized for the 3rd one and announce it ahead of time. So if you want to catch us and you never know what we're going to talk about, last time we were like on for like an hour and we were talking about food and I don't even remember what all we were talking about. You just never know because we get really chatty when we get together. So last peek at the vertical. I can't wait to see who wins week's 2 prize and then week 3 prize. Like I am stoked about week 3 prize because it's good. It's really good. So before I like tell off and then Danielle has to beat me up, I better be quiet and move on. Let me see. So y'all, yesterday, let me just tell you a little story. Yesterday, I decided to dye 17 pans of yarn. So I'm dyeing up all of my summer tie-dye collection. And the colorway that was the most popular was the 90s tie-dye. So I wanted to be able to set up and dye all of it in one day. 17 pans of yarn, y'all. I only have burners enough for 10. So I was like double stacking some of my burners and because it gets hot and if you put the lid on it, that lid gets hot enough that the pan on top will heat up. So there was a lot of like switching and anyways, I am so tired. I don't know what I was thinking. Like that, I think that was a record day for me. It is too hot and I am too old to be doing all that. And look, so I ended up with a heat rash on my face. I don't know if you can tell it. It is shiny because the only hydrocortisone cream I had, or the only hydrocortisone that I have in my house is ointment. I'm like, really? Really? So I have a little rash going on here. I was like, oh, I dyed yarns for 6 hours straight yesterday. It was messy, but I'm glad it's done and I had fun because it was fun, pretty colors. But let me just say, when I got done dyeing yarn, it was gone. My husband come home, was trying to carry on a conversation with me, and I was like talking backwards. Like I was just mid-sentence, my words would fall out. I was trying to tell him about something and then just completely stop talking. And he's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, I have no words. Anyways, it was hilarious. But I know better. And y'all know by now that I should know better. than to knit when I'm tired. So this is the second sock of one of my Yarnable colorways, not my colorways, but um one of the colorways from the Yarnable subscription box that I subscribe to. And let me tell you, I completely skipped a part of the pattern. I like right here is the heel, and then you have to do I think it's called the heel turn, and then you start the gusset. I just started the gusset and I completely knit a whole row right here. And I'm like, no, this doesn't look right. And it's not right. So today, maybe not today, this weekend, I'm going to learn how to tink. Normally, I was having a conversation with one of my new Instagram friends. I love finding new people to talk to about yarn and knitting and crochet. And I think she had responded to my story last night. Anyway, she sent me a little video about tinking, and I was like, literally, when I make an error that I can't fix, I said, because I really don't know how to frog back either, because I don't know how to pick up my stitches. Like, I don't know what I'm looking at. Anyways, um, I told her that I completely just frog it all the way and start completely over. She's like, "Oh my gosh, no." I was like, "I've been doing it forever." And I said, "But the good news is I'm a really fast knitter now. Like I can get to this part, well, on the DK weight sock, I can get to this part on a DK sock in a hot minute. Like I'm just like because I've had to frog completely over and start over so many times that it has really helped me, like, become a really fast knitter. So it's kind of funny, kind of sad, but anybody like, I'm hoping that this is gonna encourage you that if you wanna try knitting socks, like, just do it and keep an open mind and just have fun. Like, even if you have to frog a bunch of times, like, have fun with it and look at the positive because I really feel like that is what has kept me from burning out on socks because I usually don't like to have to start over, and I've just gone with it. But now I'm determined, like, I'm gonna learn to tink. Like, it's time to grow up. It's time to learn to fix stuff, hopefully. But if I cannot wrap my brain around it, I'll just frog it and start over. There's that. So, anyways, I'm trying to use my own words on myself. It's not fun. But like mistakes are just it's just a way of learning. Like it's all about how we use our mistakes. So, I'm going to use it to learn. But I was not happy with myself last night. I was like, "Nikki, really? Anybody else talk to themselves? Like, really? You knew better." But I couldn't help it. Okay, moving on. Moving on. Oh, I'm missing comments. Well, hey, Rakina. Hey, Missy. Yes, I will be showing y'all the new oak ones next. I love them. And it's so weird. Like, who am I? Like, I love fingering weight yarn. I love wooden hooks. Like, what's going on? Oh, here's another pumpkin that I haven't stuffed. I think this one is from last week. And is it inside out? No. Y'all, funny story. Another Nikki story about doing stuff when I'm tired. I don't know why keep putting this basket here and talking over it, but we're going with it today. Um, I so when you make one of these pumpkins, when you seam it together or crochet it together, it's turned inside out. I was tired one evening and I forgot to turn it right side out, and it's actually pretty cute with the wrong side out. I was like, it just has a little bit more character than what I had planned on. So I always try to double check now. But I can't wait to do this one because I love this color. Like I love this color for pumpkins. But that's what I mean by I love this color. I'm not really that big of a fan of this. I don't know, it's almost like a caramel. Anyways, sorry. Squirrel. Ooh, I'm so excited about this one. This is going to take a really long time, but I really want to design this. So I'm practicing patience. Do y'all remember that mystery silk yarn? The one of a kind mystery silk yarn that I'm really not sure. I know it's wool and silk and something else. Um, I'm working on a new design with it and look at those colors. Um, I'm loving it. But literally, it's taking me forever to crochet with this fingering weight yarn. It's gonna be worth it. And I was tired and I couldn't remember how to foundation half double crochet. It was at that moment that I'm like, I need to just put everything down and go to bed. Um, there's my mascara. I was looking everywhere for this. Oh, yep. Never a dull moment. Okay, last one in this basket, and I'm pretty proud. Okay, and now I'm moving the basket. Oh, there's something else I was looking for. Let me put that there. I have not typed up my sassy wrap crochet pattern because I lost this. And I know it's a mess, but it's like the dimensions before I blocked it and after I blocked it and the weight so I can figure out the yardage. I'm crazy. Okay, so I don't know if y'all saw in my stories or my reel, but when I was at Arkansas Yarn Co., all those amazing knitters were using these itty bitty little 9-inch circulars, and I was amazed. So we're all sitting around knitting, and they're just like, "Do, do, 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 do," and I'm like, "Oh, that's so cool." And I'm sitting here like rearranging my needles on Magic Loop. So it's like my brain does this thing where I think I'm getting the hang of this. This is fun. I actually know what I'm doing. And then my brain's like, we should try something new. So here we are. I got some 9-inch circulars, and I will say I had to take breaks because they're so tiny, you feel like you have to have a death grip on them. So I'm learning to hold them delicately. And I think I just need to find where I'm comfortable. Like I have to hold it differently than I do my other knitting needles. So I feel like I just need to find my groove there. But I have made it to the heel turn. And let me see, is that right? Yeah, I've made it to the heel turn. And so now I'm going to pick up the gusset stitches and then start the sock portion of it. But I don't know if that looks differently for 9-inch circulars. So I got to the point that I was comfortable with, and now I'm going to go watch the video tutorial. So this is just in my little basket until I have a chance to sit still and watch the video tutorial. I feel like it's going to be the same concept, but I want to make sure. So I'm going to watch the little video tutorial. I really do think once I get the hang of these, I'm going to like the 9-inch circulars because they seem so much faster. But I'm glad that I learned on Magic Loop first because I feel like I probably would have thrown everything in the trash if I would have started with these first. So literally, like I'm stopping and I'm like stretching my fingers, stretching my arms, like because I could tell my hands were cramping because I was just like death gripping them. So, anyways, super cute. I just grabbed some scrap yarn that I had left over from some socks I already made. Because I was too lazy to cake more DK weight yarn. I think I've made the tiniest bit of progress on my birthday sock. Not much. Still on the heel flap. And I think a lot of that is because it was still in my purse and I kind of forgot about it. So those are all the whips. I think, hopefully. Oh, I haven't finished much this week. Let me put everything back or I'll be looking for it. I'm going to put that in the floor. I just don't trust it. That color for other people. Yes, I didn't want any of my yarn club members to think all of a sudden I had, a fondness for brown or brown toned yarn. Oh my goodness. So, let me show you. Oh, I forgot about a whip. Oh, I'm going to be so sad if. Okay, it's right over there. I'll be right back. Okay. Oh, all the stuff I had to get through to get there. All right. So, I'm really excited about this because I made a little bit of progress. So our movie and pizza night with our cousin, we decided to go to a little bitty country town that if you take, like, the back way, I wanna say it's a good 20-minute drive, and they have a Pizza Pro there. Oh, that pizza is so good. So, we took a little drive and went to Pizza Pro, and it was so worth the drive. But while we were driving, I'm literally, y'all, I packed 5 projects to work on. It's a 20-minute drive there and a 20-minute drive back. But it's the thing. I didn't know what I wanted to work on, and I ended up only working on this. So this is the Copland Shawl, and I absolutely love this shawl. It's such a great beginner-friendly shawl, which is what I need. It has a video, but it's like a 2-row repeat that you can just memorize. Look at that yarn. Oh, I'm loving it. It is so pretty, and I'm almost to the point where I'm going to add the 3rd color. So I'm really excited about that. And I almost picked this up last night, and I'm like, "No, ma'am." So, I had to show y'all that. So if you are, like, new to knitting because I keep talking about knitting, or if you've just been curious for a long time, I really recommend, this shawl. I just love it, and I think it's so pretty too. I love the little details right there. Okay, hopefully well, that's the last sweep I'm gonna show y'all because I don't know where the other ones are if they exist. Um, so I'm gonna show y'all what I finished. It's not much. It's not much at all. Um, a cute little country bumpkin pumpkin. Literally, I'm obsessed with the minis because they work up so quickly. And I might have skipped some rows on this one. Oh well, here we are. They just work up so quickly and they're adorable and they really make really great gifts, y'all. My sweet mother-in-law, I gave her or she commented on one of the ones that I had on Facebook. I think it was my big one that I had in this color. And, when we were at church on this was a couple Sundays ago, she's like, "I just love it. It's so cute." And I was like, "Well, I'm gonna make you one." So I made one for her. And y'all, the I went to her house like a couple days later. She's completely decorated for fall. She has her pumpkins I made for her last year. She has her new pumpkin out. She changed her pillows out on her couch. Like just so cute. I was like, "Oh, I love it." It really made my day. That she went ahead and just was like, I'm gonna decorate for fall." So I thought it was super, super sweet. And I admire anybody that decorates for the seasons because I want to. I do, but I usually don't. I have pumpkins out and I may change like my door hanger on my house, but that's usually as far as I go. Oh, my friend made me some arrangements last year, and I gotta figure out where I put them. I'll probably put like I have a farm table. I'll probably put like a new arrangement on my farm table or something. But that's it. Like that's all. And then, okay, sorry. The other whip is a sunshine ice cream cozy. So y'all, I love having talented friends, let me tell you. So, back in May, I had a maker that we've been following each other for a really long time. And she makes a lot of like the wooden displays. And I kept trying to figure out a way that I could have her in my yarn club boxes, but a lot of her displays were like way too big. And I'm just like, huh. Anyways, I designed the what did I design? Sunshine basket. And I think I've shown y'all that before. And she made the wooden basket bottoms, and that was one of the extras for my yarn club members. Anyways, I just love them. And I got to thinking when I was making these, I'm like, man, it would be really neat to have some kind of like ice cream cozy display. So I messaged her and she whipped up 3 different designs for me and shipped them out. And we're kind of playing around with the design to see um because there's little legs right here that you can put into like a wooden base so it'll stand up and it wouldn't work with this design. So, and then she whipped one up and she's going to work on this and changing the leg so it can actually fit on the stand and stand up. So I think it'd be great for pictures. But also, I think just like this, it's going to be a great flat lay picture. And it's so cute. Let me show y'all. How cute is that? Like, my idea was just something so basic, and then I just reached out to her, and she just, like, went above and beyond and made it absolutely adorable. So, she is I always have to be very careful how I say her name. She's Crafty Bama Stitch on Instagram. Got to be very careful how I say that because it my dyslexia kicks in and it wants to switch some letters around. Um Anyways, so the other reason why I love this is because y'all, I have a new cozy pattern in my brain and I keep buying ice cream. I can't believe I'm telling y'all this, but I keep buying ice cream and then I eat the ice cream and forget to save the container and throw it away before I design my cozy. So I'm hoping that this is going to be a great workaround and, I don't have to keep buying ice cream and eating it. So that's kind of the other reason for this, but I absolutely think it's adorable and I'll update y'all when she has these available in her shop. Um all right, that's all that I've finished this week. But there's a lot going on. There's a lot of yarn dyeing and washing yarn and getting all of my August yarn, I don't even know what month it is. August Yarn Club yarn colorways twisted up and labeled and ready to ship out because I ship out next Thursday. So there's a lot. And I'm hoping that all the summer tie-dye collections, I'm really hoping to ship all of them out on the same day. We'll see. But my yarn club members were able to add the collections to their yarn club boxes for no extra shipping charge. So a lot of that yarn needs to be done and ready to go by Thursday too. So a lot going on. That's part of the reason why I haven't been as active on social media. I'm just tired and I can't put words together. Um, Okay, so I'm gonna show y'all some of the new goodies that I have in. That was one of the new goodies that I have in. I actually have 3 of these in 3 different sizes, but I don't know where the other 2 are. So here we are. I'm pretty sure they're in my living room next to my chair, but anyways, so Furls Crochet come out with a new streamline hook. It's the wooden hooks, and I think they're so pretty. And y'all, they're so lightweight. It's even like I think the other one I showed you earlier is the ebony one, and these feel even lighter. They're silver oak, and they're really, really pretty. Um, I've never used this big of a size of a wooden hook, so I can't wait to like find a project or something that I can just try using them. I haven't tried using these yet, but I do like the other one now. So I wanted to show y'all that because these are super pretty. And if you like wooden hooks, I really do like their wooden hooks. They're really good quality. I think what turned me off to wooden hooks was I had bought some on Amazon because I thought they were really pretty and they looked really good in flat lay pictures. And then I tried to work with them and it's like they didn't even sand them. And these I feel like have some type of like shellac or something on them. And those did not. Like it was just straight up raw wood, didn't even sand it, and it was just like, I don't know, even just listening to the yarn go over it, I was like, "I cannot deal." Oh, and thanks to one of my amazing yarn club members, screenshotting a book that she knew I needed, and posting it in the yarn club. I couldn't help myself. If it wouldn't have been on this is my excuse. If it wouldn't have been on sale, like I think it was like 40% off. If it wouldn't have been on sale, I wouldn't have done it. But look what I have. The sock knitting Bible. Yep, it happened. Oh, yes. I'm pretty excited about it though, because like I said earlier, now that I'm getting the hang of the vanilla socks, my brain's like, we should spice it up a little bit. We don't want to get bored. So I'm really interested in trying like either some pattern socks or some toe up socks. We'll see. But I had a minute to just kind of like look through, but I haven't like actually sat down and focused on it. But yeah, so that happened. And I think they're still like 40% off on Amazon. So get you one. Um, that's all the new stuff that I have in. Yeah. So if you are a yarn club member, I believe all of my yarn club members have received their July yarn club. I'm pretty sure my Canadian gals have, Not sure about my Australian gal. So I'm about to show y'all what was in July's Yarn Club. So if you have not gotten your Yarn Club package and you don't want to, and you still want to be surprised, you may want to pause it, come back later, skip this part, something. Um, About to jump in. So I just wanted to just warn you. So this is July's Yarn Club. What did I just do with my little thingies? Here we are. So July's Yarn Club was Groovy 60s, and it was a really fun month. It was a little challenging because I feel like the 60s was like a lot of orange and greens and yellows, and those aren't my favorites. I like a little bit of those in my colorways, but I don't like primarily those colors. Um Anyways, I still had fun with it, and I love how they turned out. So I'm gonna jump in and show you the extra goodies. So there is a Notions bag, and I thought this was perfect for the 60s because it does have like a little bit of the 60s vibe, but it's still cute. Like it's like trendy now. And I love this bag because as you see, it folds flat. And then it's super cute when you use it. And I love that the base of it'll just sit wherever you put it. It's not gonna like try to fall over. Anyways, it's super cute and really roomy. I have a good bit of stuff in there. This is where I keep like my tags for my cozies and the little screws. So I really like this bag. I get a lot of stuff from Threaded Pair because I absolutely love their stuff, and it's really well made too. And I feel like it's one of those materials that if you get something on it, it's easy to wipe off. So that is one of the extra goodies. And literally when they came in, I grabbed one. I was like, oh, I'll take that. Thank you. And then it's been really hard not to show it in photos and things like that. The other extra, these are awesome. And such a smart idea. So they are a hook minder set from Loops and Bees. And let me just say, y'all, she went above and beyond and how she packaged these. I was so surprised. So she has them super cute, but then she even put like a thank you sticker on there. She had a business card and she gave all my Yarn Club members a coupon to her shop. And I was so surprised because, I didn't expect it and I didn't ask for that. So it really made my day. And then she even made this little paper back here that is like a little gauge swatch, and it has a like hook sizing chart, like a hook size chart on one side, and I can't remember on the other, and I don't know what I did with mine, but she just went really above and beyond and like spoiled my Yarn Club members even more. So I was super impressed with Brittany. And I actually got to meet her at Arkansas Yarn Co. And she's one of my Yarn Club members. So Loops and Bees, she actually just started a subscription box too it's mainly for like people that do markets, or if you like amigurumis. So check her out if you're interested in that. She uses the Parfait chunky yarn. Anyways, super cute. I'm going to show you what the stitch minders are. So each stitch marker has a hook size and the coordinating number. And she has like so many of the sizes on here. So what you do is if you're like me and you're constantly stealing hooks out of your whip bags, you can take the hook minder and then take this off and run it through. Like if I took my size G hook, and you can run it through whatever size it is and then hook it onto your work, and you remember what hook size you're using. So smart. So, and I thought they were like with the cheetah print, I thought it was super cute for July's Groovy 60s. So I think super cute. And I think she still has some of these in her shop too. So you can check her out. I don't remember what project bag I got this out of. Oh well, I'm putting it in there. And then the last extra goodie was the was some Earl Tea bags. I always try to include 3 items, even those both of those items were, like, big items. I wanna say Brittany sells these for, like, 12.95, I think, and then I think these Notion bags are, like, 10 or $12. So I had 2 big items in there, but I always for some reason, I feel like they need 3 items. And I always think, like, it's a nice little self-care item just to have you, like, a hot cup of tea to sit down and spend some time crocheting. So I often will throw these in my yarn club packages when there's, like, 2 bigger items. But I still think it has, like a personal care value to it. So I hope everybody likes their tea. I know Earl Grey is one of my aunt's favorite teas. So anytime I see Earl Grey, I think of her. Um, so that was what every single member got. And then my premium members, they get an additional hank of yarn, and then they also get like one more extra goodie. And I lost it. Anyways, it was an ALC yarn sticker. I had several yarn club members say that they would like to see more things like, with my logo on it. This isn't the sticker. Um, but it was a square sticker that peels off and it's clear. And it's one of those like thick stickers that you could put like on a water bottle. Anyways, it's one of those like heavy duty stickers that like you need to be dedicated when you put it on there because it's not coming off. Or if it comes off, it's gonna be sticky. So that's what my premium members got. And I think I just forgot to keep one for myself. Okay, so are y'all ready to see the yarn? Um, oh, thank you, Missy. Hey, Jeannie. Hey, Angela. Oh my gosh, Missy said when she first saw it, she misread it and thought it said tequila. No, I actually think that's illegal, but it's a really good idea. I'm just kidding. So let me show y'all the yarn. There were 3 colorways for I want to keep saying August for July. And if you're new here, I do my yarn club a little bit differently. I don't like dyeing the same colorway over and over again. So usually there's like at least 3 different colorways. And I feel like too, like not everybody like has the same taste in yarn. So that way I can make everybody happy. Okay, jumping in. This is Groovy still cool? I think Groovy is still cool. I I don't know. I just love this colorway. I still have it on all 3 of my bases. That was worsted weight. This is my DK weight. Let me just tell y'all, it was so hard not to speckle this yarn. But I don't know, it was something about the different shades of purple, the different shades of blue, and then having some hints of green in there. I really love it. And then here it is on my sock weight base. It is so pretty. And I'm gonna tell y'all what I did. Oh, look at that pops of green. I'm gonna tell y'all what I did. So I dyed this yarn and then I turn around and I dyed yarn for the Arkansas yarn crawl. I'm kind of telling on myself here. And I was so obsessed with this colorway. And the whole time I was dyeing this yarn, I kept thinking, I want to speckle like a bright blue and I want to do pink over it. But I wouldn't let myself do it for the yarn club. So I changed up the base colors a little bit. Like I did some like different concentrations of it and added another color and then I speckled over it. But it looked so similar, y'all. I felt so guilty, but I had no time to do any kind of changing. So if you notice that this kind of looks similar to Well, I'll Be Charmed, I'm sorry. They are different. I used some of the same colors, just different concentrations and added a different purple, and then I speckled over it, but the speckles didn't show like I expected them to. Anyways, I felt so guilty all month long about that because I don't want to like dye the yarn club yarn and then make it available to the public before I send out my yarn club boxes. And usually I don't re-dye my yarn club yarn anyways. But let me just tell you, I felt really guilty. So I feel like I needed to explain myself if you noticed how close they were. All right, one more peek at is Groovy Still Cool? I'm going to try to hold up all four. So there is Groovy Still Cool? And once I get my life together, I'm going to be adding all of the extra June boxes and extra July boxes to my yarn shop. And I'll make an announcement about it. I have not done it yet. All right. Colorway number 2. Oh, I didn't even label that one. Goodness gracious, Nikki. This is what happens when I don't have supervision. This is Hot Idea. Okay, so does anybody know where that phrase is from? My husband thinks I'm totally crazy. I mean, I am, but I love this one. I love the green and all of the colors. This one was way out of my comfort zone because there's pops of red and there's yellow and there's some orange and there's green and purple. And normally I would not pair a lot of these colors together. But does anybody know where kind of the color inspiration and the name come from? I'm super curious. I'm not going to tell you. Not right now. I'm going to let y'all guess. And you know what? Let's just do a little giveaway. If you guess, yes. Okay. Let's just do a little giveaway. If you can guess where the color inspiration come from and the name, it's all from the same place. I'm going to give you a ALC Yarns gift card to my shop. Yeah, let's do that. And I'll make like an official announcement too. But yeah, because I want to make sure I'm not the only one that sees this. My husband's like, you're crazy. So anyways, this is Hot Idea from Groovy 60s. Oh, it's so pretty. And everybody who guesses will be entered to win a $25 ALC Yarns gift card. And I think I'll let it go for a week. Like next podcast, I'll tell y'all where the color inspiration come from and announce the winner. How about that? I already can see Rakita. She's Googling Hot Idea. Oh my goodness. Okay, last colorway. And this may be my favorite. Isn't it pretty? So I told myself for July that I wasn't going to use pink, okay? Because I realized that I have been using a lot of pink and I apologize. I just can't help myself. And then I end up using some of these berry colors that to me lean a little pink. And I'm like, Nikki, but it's primarily purple, but I love it. This definitely kind of gives me some like Halloween vibes. Oh, did I tell you what this was called? Out of Sight. So, because I think out of sight was one of the sayings that people used to say in the 60s. So that's where the name came from. And here it is on my DK weight base. Oh, is it not pretty? I think I kept one of these in my stash. Did I? Yes, I kept one for me. I couldn't help it. So this is the third colorway and the last colorway from July. So pretty. I did speckle that one. All right, let me show y'all all 3 colorways real quick. All right. So, Hot Idea. And again, if you can guess where the color inspiration and the name came from on this one, comment below the video and just tell me. And everybody who gets it right will be entered to win. There'll only be one winner, but your name will go into the drawing for a $25 ALC gift card. And then the middle one is Groovy Still Cool? And then this one is Out of Sight. So let me know. Do you have a favorite? I think I love different things about each one of them, but I really think this one's my favorite. Okay. So that wraps up the July Yarn Club. And again, all the Yarn Club members got one of these Notion bags. Excuse me. The it went away. Stitch marker minder set. Did I say that right? Oh my goodness, y'all. Hook minder set. Yes. And then a bag of Earl Grey tea. So super fun month. And I will be adding these extras into my yarn shop soon-ish. Hopefully I'll make an announcement about it. Let me see what else. Oh, last week I forgot about showing y'all the yarn from the live dye, which was not this past Saturday, but the Saturday before that. I love to go live on my Facebook page and dye yarn. One of my favorite things. And I got some new dye colors in. So I went live and I played around with them. And one of my favorite ways to see the new dye colors is to do what I call finger paints. And these are the finger paints. And what I do is I literally just dip my finger in the dye powder and then touch the yarn in random spots. And it just creates these like beautiful one of a kind colorways. And I'm really liking these. And I did add in a couple other colors that I already had. Like I'd added some orange in and I added some yellow. But I think they turned out really pretty. And I'm really loving some of the new yarn colors. And I used a few of them in this coming month's August Yarn Club colorways. So these are the finger paints that I did. And oh my goodness, aren't they pretty? So one of the new colors is called Purple Pop. Well, when you say purple, I'm thinking purple, but that's where a lot of the pink came from. It breaks beautifully into pink. But I was really hoping that it was just gonna be I have 2 of my favorite purples are Brilliant Violet and Royal Purple. And Royal Purple is like a really, really dark purple, and then Brilliant Violet is like this fluorescent purple. So I was hoping that what the purple pop was like if those 2 had a baby, you would get purple pop, but it's not. It's still pretty, but I was trying not to have another pink. And it's one of those unpredictable ones. Like, is it gonna be pink? Is it gonna be purple? Is it gonna be both? So I mean, I'm happy with it, but I'm not gonna lie, I was just a little disappointed and a little shocked when I'm like, it's pink? So this is the finger paint that I did. And then this is just the variegated. I did some pour over um for the other one. And then I speckled just a little bit. Like, how proud are y'all of me for just doing a little bit of speckles? It was really hard. And here is perfect example of that purple pop. See how it's purple and then it's pink. It's really pretty. I'm just glad that I experimented first instead of trying to do a colorway that doesn't have purple or doesn't have pink in it and then it being not what I thought. I'm like, I promise it's not my fault. So this is the other colorway. I love how they turned out. Really pretty. I'm loving the new Kingfisher blue. I did a really low concentration of it, so I can't wait to do it like really, really dark because not gonna lie, I think that color and a brown, like a chocolate brown would be really, really pretty together, and I can't believe I'm saying that, but for some reason, that's what popped into my head when I saw the color. I was like, "Ooh, a darker version of this with chocolate brown would be gorgeous." And I don't know who I am right now. Um, anyway, super tickled with how these turned out, and these will be available to my Yarn Club members before I do ship outs. I'm hoping to have more yarn before I do ship outs, but I know that these will be up for grabs. All right, don't fall. So I've had so many people like comment or send me private messages about knitting socks. And a lot of these amazing people are crocheters that don't know how to knit, which is totally fine. And a lot of people were asking me like what yarn to use and all the things. So I had some knitting friends talk me off the ledge when I decided that I wanted to start knitting socks. And every single one of them said, try DK first. You will thank yourself because it's faster, it's a little bit more forgiving. And if you mess up and have to start over, it's not as much time put in. And I highly recommend that. As much as I love the feel of the sock weight yarn, you're going to want to get the hang of it with DK weight yarn. And this is going to sound really snobby, but I don't mean it that way. But I actually have not knit with any type of store-bought yarn for socks. I just use hand-dyed yarn. And so I had a lot of people ask about yarn. Well, I got you, girl. These are some of the DK weight yarns that I have in my shop right now, available to the public, to anybody that wants to order. This is Colors of Sunset. I think that speckled yarn makes some of the prettiest socks. So this is, and I have this on worsted weight too, but for socks, I would recommend starting with DK. I have Frog Me Not, which I think would make some really pretty socks too. And then I have Sassy But Cute. I have several of these Sassy But Cutes on DK and worsted weight left in stock. And I need y'all to save me from myself because I'm not going to lie. I'm probably going to end up getting one of these for socks because I think they're so pretty. And then here's another Sassy But Cute. I love how each one of them is just so different. So, and I have these on worsted weight too if you're just looking for yarn. But I highly recommend starting with DK weight, getting the hang of it. You will thank yourself. And I have a sock knitting must-have section in my Amazon shop. The needles that I recommend, most patterns are going to tell you that you want, if you're going to do magic loop method, which is how I started, they're going to say you want a 32-inch cable. Well, I really prefer a 40-inch cable because when you're still getting the hang of magic loop, you want a lot of cable. So I highly recommend, and that's what I have in my Amazon shop. I want to say for DK weight, the pattern calls for a US size 3. And then the sock weight, I want to say, is a 1. But my Amazon shop will not lie to you. The correct ones are in my Amazon shop, and I'll link that below. And then I like using the light bulb stitch markers, which is what is on these, because I like to mark all over my socks. I'm just going to show y'all real quick. I mark when I do my heel. I mark the very first stitch I make in my heel because you're going to count these, and that's how you know when you're done. And then I mark, usually, I didn't do it. I guess I was brave on this one. Usually I mark my very first row after my cuff because I do a short sock. I only do 5 knit rows for my leg portion, and then I go to the heel. So I usually mark those, and that way I don't have to count from here to figure out how many stitches I did. I can just count from there, and I only have to count to 5. And then whenever I wonder what I did with that sock. Whenever I stop my foot part before I do the toe section, let me just show you. So once you get past the heel turn and you get back down to your starting number of stitches, all you do is from like this section to this section is just knit all around. So then you're going to stop once you get to, I don't remember. It says in the pattern, I think it's like 1 3/4 inches from the length that you need. Then you start doing your decreases for your toe. So it just rounds off here. So what I do is my last knit round, I will mark with a stitch marker. And that way, whenever I start my second sock, I can measure it based on that marker. I don't have to make sure I have a measuring tape next to me. I can just compare it to this one. So that's why I love those little light bulb stitch markers because it's real easy to get in the stitch and you don't have that dangly little thing, even though y'all know I love my pretty stitch markers, that's gonna get caught on something or something like that. So that's why I really like them. Um, and so that's another thing that I recommend in my little Amazon must have knit section. And then on my YouTube channel, I have a playlist for learning to knit socks. The first three um, videos on there are the ones that I use all the time. Um, it's the Crazy Sock Lady, and her video, Vanilla Socks on Magic Loop. She is using her, why are words so hard? Her sock weight pattern. But you can get her DK weight pattern, and it's the same concept, just the stitch numbers are a little different, but you can just follow along in her video, and that is how I learned how to knit socks, and I'm a beginner knitter, um, so that I have all that, like, organized and for y'all, and I did a post last night on Facebook because been getting so many comments and messages. I was like, "I'm just gonna make a post about it." So that's there too, with all the links and all the things. And I definitely think inside the yarn club, we're gonna do some kind of, like, knit along with some socks, because I think that'll be fun. So I think that's all. I think that's all that I had. Um, yep, that's all that I have for yarn news. Um, I'm already like, y'all know I love my bright colors, but I'm already thinking about all the fall colorways. Like, I can't wait to get done with this collection because I'm ready to start dyeing some fall yarn. Um, all right, that's all that I have for y'all this week. It's a lot, wasn't it? And I want to leave y'all with a quick little like word of encouragement, momentum moments. And I just did a momentum moments on Monday, and it was talking about like knowing who you are, and operating from that instead of trying to like compare ourselves to other people. And that is so important, y'all, because for so long like I compared myself to other people, and I you come up short every single time. But when you know who you are and you can just embrace it, like it's a game changer. And I posted today in a reel, and, literally, I was sitting in my recliner last night, and I was looking around my living room, and I have all of my bare yarn that I need to soak and dye. I have it in a tub in front of, like, my little entertainment center, and I had, like, all my little different hooks for my yarn in a tub next to it, and then, like, another laundry basket of bare yarn, and then if you come around, like, along the side wall by the windows right before my chair, like, you see all kinds of, like, stuff stacked up, and it's, like, whips and all the things, and my little cart is next to it, and then in my recliner beside me is, like, my yarn bowl, a bag of Smarties because those are life, and I can't get them right now, y'all. My Walmart has been out of Smarties for, like, a month. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do. So I've been rationing them out to me and my husband, my poor husband. Anyways, so for the longest time, I beat myself up about how, like, messy I was. Um, and especially, like, as a business owner, I kept thinking, a real business owner would have, like, a dedicated space for all this stuff, and I do, but there's just not enough room in there, so it just spills over. But what I finally had to realize is that I needed to put systems in place that worked for me and my brain and how I operate. And I kept trying to make these systems work that worked for other people that I viewed as way more successful than me. And I was just like, this has got to be the reason that they're way more successful. It's because of this system. It's just so funny how our brains work, huh? But then I finally realized it's like I can use that system and parts of it that will work for me, and then I just need to make it work for me. And me trying to make my house look like nobody lives in it doesn't work for me because when things are shut away and I can't see them, I forget they exist. I forget that I need to go soak that yarn or whatever. So if you look around my house, in some areas, it looks really, really messy, but to me, it's my way of organizing. It's my little reminders here and there of tasks that I need to do. So I just want to encourage you if you are like me and sometimes you're just like, oh, I am so messy. Why am I this way? I feel like you've got to find a balance that works for you. Like, I know when it's out of the creative chaos and the Nikki's way of organizing, and it's just straight up hot mess, messy, I can't stand it anymore. So then I will get it back. I will contain it. But especially during like ship out week, like crunch week, I call it, especially during, my busiest time of the month, I give myself so much grace because after I slow down, um, I'll get everything back organized. But we all need rest. And for so long, I kept when it was my time in the evenings to rest and relax and put my feet up and spend time with my husband, I was running around trying to make my house look like nobody lived in it. So if you're like that, just embrace it. It's okay. So that's all I got for you. And if you want to hear more about the just being who you are and not comparing yourself to others, this is something that I struggled with. And it's a natural reaction. Like it's just natural. Um, Check out my momentum moments for Monday because I feel like it's something that every woman needs to hear. So that's all that I have for y'all today. And I hope that you have a wonderful week. And if you want to holler at me and Danielle, we'll be going live in about an hour um, to talk more about the Verticowl and to start week 3. And week 3 is the last week, and I'm really sad. But Danielle and I were chatting, and we're trying to think of other things that we could do, hopefully monthly. Like maybe not like a 3-week crochet along, but some kind of like little project here and there where we can all like make it together and post pictures and just kind of hold each other accountable because Danielle and I were talking about this is like sometimes in the evenings we want to just shut our brain off and shut off social media, like having this crochet along, it's like no, I want to go peek in the group, I want to go talk to people, so it's kind of holding us accountable and making us a little bit more active too. So and I just really enjoy seeing what everybody's using and making and their way of pairing colors and all of the things. So I feel like sometimes we all just need that connection, so we're really enjoying it and we hope that y'all are. And if you have some ideas for some things that you would like to see us doing, let us know because that's what we do this for. I mean, we do it because we love it, but we love to share it with y'all. And we hope that we can inspire you and encourage you to try new things, maybe step out of your comfort zone a little bit. Okay, this is over an hour long already. So I'm going to be quiet and I will see y'all soon. And until next week, happy crocheting. Bye, y'all.